Just another game around the 1200 level on Chess 24, a game that happened in reality. I should emphasise all of these games are under Blitz conditions, 5 minutes for all your moves. So where some moves aren't necessarily the best, quite often it's because myself and my opponent were under severe time pressure. So take the games for what they are. I'm playing white here, d4, my opponent d5. I give him the poison pawn on the c4 square. He doesn't take it very sensibly, just defends his own pawn quietly with the knight out, and developing moves. Here I was hoping to provoke him to wreck his kingside pawn structure so he couldn't castle kingside, which quite often annoys opponents and they make mistakes, but here we go. So pretty standard, moving the bishop back, and yes, his pawns are all over the place now there. So he's going to have to castle queenside if he castles at all. He's gone to attack the d4 square. I'm going to defend it with the bishop, which also lines up with the rook if he's not very careful. So of course he has to change. I take back with the pawn, attacking his knight again. So he's got to move the knight, and he goes to e4. But it's a nice square. But of course I can just exchange back again, and by him taking with the pawn there, he's opened up the d file, which means I can take his queen and we exchange. He keeps himself. Gives the castling rights by taking with the bishop, but he's kind of lost a tempo there. I go to d1 on the nice open file, always a good idea. Moves the bishop out of the way, and also attacking this weak c5 square. I defend it with b4, and then the other bishop out. His white bishop, I think, is aiming to get in the holes between my pawn structure, which is a jolly good idea. E3, quiet move just to get my bishop out really and start developing more pieces. He castles queenside, well done. My bishop out. He moves his king to b8, just centralising it behind the row of pawns, although ultimately that may prove a mistake, as we will see. Right, here comes my knight and his bishop. I castle kingside, and where's that knight going to go? Well, we shall see. He opens up with the pawn here on f6, and about to have a bit of pawn exchanging. I take the bait, one, then take it with the knight, eyeing up this loose pawn on e6. He takes back, and I take back. Now attacking the rook as well, so the rook's got to go somewhere, so he opts to just exchange it on d1. But I've still got control of this d file, which I think always a good idea. Now he goes after my rook, trying to provoke me, and I go up to d5, attacking another of these loose pawns. They were all in a row, all ripe for the picking, as I say. He's going to attack the rook again, but nothing much he can do really to stop me taking off and picking off that pawn. Now, bishop attacks again. He's really determined to hassle my rook, but I can just simply move across one and attack the bishop right back, and the bishop's got to go somewhere. Moreover, I've got this idea of this knight is covering this c7 square, which means that effectively that's out of action for the king. So if I can get my rook down to f8, I can checkmate him on what's called a back rank checkmate. So I'm attacking the bishop, forcing it out of the way. It goes down to c3. He's going after my pawn, which is fair enough. It's undefended. I play along for a little bit, just defending it with another pawn move. And then bishop down. And I think, do you know what? I'm just going to go for it for the checkmate. Never mind my pawns down here. So I offer him a pawn. I go play g4, and it's undefended. And he takes the first pawn. I go to g5. Let's really start tempting him. He goes for it with the rook. I play along, offer it to him again. Take the pawn, please take the pawn. It's not defended by anything. He takes it. I'm in check, I have to move. He hasn't spotted it, so he takes the pawn over on a b4. But then, of course, it's the back rank mate, and there's nothing whatsoever he can do about it. He's forgotten that the knight is protecting this c7 square. Therefore, it is checkmate. No piece can get in the way, which I was quite pleased with. Yet again, with these lower rated, 1200 rated games, people really should spot these fairly simple checkmates, but they didn't, and I got the win. So there we are. That's how I got there. And yes, offering a juicy pawn or a piece, people often can't help themselves, and then you can play out your master plan or main plan, which is the checkmate. Thanks for watching. I'll have some more videos along these lines very shortly.